Well, here we are again. I'm curvycom. I'm a lamer, and I suck. Oh my gosh, I gotta tell you all the ways in which I suck. So, I just did something like thought I was doing something good, but there's a streamer out there that got mad at me. I guess. I mean, I don't know. I had like lots of people I was following, but they weren't all following me back, so I thought I'd give a shout out to them, you know. And so I just said, hey, I followed you, to like all of them. And this one guy just got mad, like he thought, well, now you're following me after all this time. But no, I've been following him for like 3 or 4 weeks, and now he's mad at me and he unfollowed me. Anyway, I put a note in your channel. Please forgive me if you understand what happened or whatever, but I didn't mean to. But I learned a valuable lesson from that, and that is that I should make my little messages, if I do that, I should make them more specific and say, I'm still following you, dude. Instead of, he kind of jumped to conclusion that I just started. I don't know why he thought that, because actually, when you look at someone, when you look at your following list, when someone's following you and they've been following you for a long time, they'll be in chronological order, so they'll be way, way, way down on the list. So, yeah, anyway, so that's like another thing that I suck at is communication, I guess. But I was trying to do something good, but being neighborly and saying, hey, follow, no, not hey, follow, but hey, I'm following you, that's all, and if that caused them to follow me back, that'd be great, and otherwise not. But it was not, I didn't intend anything bad to happen from it, but so in any case, that was one out of many, like 400 or so it's not like it was a horrible thing that happened, but I just don't, I actually don't want anyone to think there's other reasons why people would like not do something right, and it could be that, like me, I was completely a noob at that point. I had no idea what was going on, but I did follow him back like 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago or whatever, and I was just and he had been following me all that time too, and that I appreciate that, but he thought somehow when I said I followed you that I just started following him. I don't know why he thought that. But anyway, that's fine. We all have bad days. So, and I'm not going to stop following. I can't remember your nickname, but I'm not going to stop following you. I'm going to keep following you and supporting your channel. So, there's no hard feelings here. I really think it was a misunderstanding. I think you thought I just started following you. But, even if I did, it's pretty accurate that I'm kind of a noob, so it's quite possible I would have done something like that because I just didn't know how. Like at first I didn't even know where the followers were, and I didn't know where, like I'm such a lamer that I didn't know how to see where your followers were, and it wasn't where I thought it should be. And I looked around to see if people were following me, and I didn't even know how to tell at one point. So anyway, that's enough of that. I guess I I certainly try to follow everyone that follows me, and vice versa. Maybe, all right, no, not vice versa. I have no control of whether you follow me or not. But I just want to let you know, if you happen to be listening, I will follow you even if you don't follow me. I think that's fine, I mean, that's what I want to do. I want to follow you, so it's okay. No, you don't have to follow me. It's fine. It's fine. No problem. I just appreciate that you're out there, so, that's fine with me. So anyway, as I said, I'm curvycom, and I'm obviously a lamer, and I obviously suck. But, I'm just going to switch to the gameplay mode because I forgot to again. But, here we are, once again in Stormwind. I'm on my banker because we do banking things. I just emptied my mailbox while I was talking about all that stuff that, you know, and it's possible too that I don't even understand what happened with the situation. I don't know. I might have clicked some wrong button or something, and who knows, you know, what it could have been anything. I mean, because I really still have no idea what I'm doing. So, I'm just gonna, you know, post some things and see what oh, look at that. I got more money for some reason. I guess I got some kind of money. I wonder what I have as far as, oh, I better not do that, I guess, while this is doing this. In any case, I don't know. Yeah, I think my channel, so there's something about the Twitch client that doesn't do the thing that you expect it to do all the time. It somehow has trouble. So it doesn't update itself properly all the time, and I want to kind of look and see if maybe my leg thing sold or something. I don't actually know. Maybe someone posted a thing or finally bought those leggings or something. I don't remember where they were. They're like, no, Bloodscale leggings, Bloodscale leggards. They don't even have one bid on them. I just thought, I went so out of my way to get a pair of those. It's amazing that people don't want them. There's also Firemane leggings, which look exactly the same, except they're male. I mean male, M-A-I-L, not M-A-L-E. Topper McNabb says, help a poor bloke out. I once got to kill him as a zombie in the Lich King pre-launch patch, where there were zombies popping up and you could get turned into a zombie. And I got turned into a zombie, and then I shambled up and managed to kill Topper McNabb. And that was pretty funny. So, I kind of wish, Topper McNabb could shine my armor. You know, I mean, he always says that, shine your armor for a copper. I want him to shine my armor. I want him to do that. It seems like a perfectly good enterprise, you know, to get started in life again. You know, the darn whoever it was that ruined his farm or attacked his farm, and he had no control, and it was not his fault, and he talks about he talks about it all the time. But, you know, Topper, this has been going on now for 11 years, so, you know, time to buck up, buddy. I think that's what I think. I think, you know, it's time to say, you know, start your little armor shining business and work your way up from there. Don't just say you're going to do it, but just do it. You know, like start shining that armor, and you'll do a good job. You'll do a good job. I believe in you. You'll do a good job, and keep working on it, getting better at it, and soon enough you'll be able to charge a silver for it, and then maybe your armor shining business will be so well you'll be making, like, you know, hundreds of gold a day, and before you know it, you'll have a place to live, and everything will be okay. You know, don't let life get you down. That's all I'm saying. So anyway, I gotta do a little batch posting, and that's about all I'm gonna do here. I'm just gonna post some stuff. I don't know if I want to repost these helms and stuff. Some of this stuff has been posted a few times. I'll have to see. And let's see what I got here. I'm gonna post that, and I'm gonna say let's post this. Okay, let's see how that works. Maybe that'll work better. All right, and these things aren't so great, but I mean, if someone needs them for appearances, I can see why they might want to buy those things. And some of them are, you know, I don't know, the ring is not such a great ring. You're going to get better stuff just questing, so maybe there's no point. Let's have a look here at the disenchant situation. I think, you know, well, certainly this offhand thing, that could be an appearance. These rings, I suppose there's no point, really. Nobody's going to want these. Level 469, I don't know. Nobody really wants these things. And other things are appearances, so they could be worn. But yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna take what I have here and post that. And we got spirit dust. I'm gonna post that. And I've got these other things. I'll repost them one time, and then I'll see about disenchanting them after that, you know. But so it's kind of fine. It's just because this is Druid WoW leveling with curvycom in Pandaria. It's also about getting the Grand Expedition Yak, which is not, as I have said many times now. I never get tired of saying ... that it's not a rep grind. I was hoping it was some kind of rep grind and I would just do it, but it's not. It's a gold grind. I thought it would be hard, but it's really hard because it's just a gold grind. And, you know, making gold, if I was just getting gold, that would be pretty boring. So, you know, I don't know. I may level another character and just go from there or something, but I'm not sure. You know, I'm druid leveling, and in fact, I guess it's time now to log out. I got 1,000 gold or so or more from this last haul. I don't know what exactly sold. You know, the software I have keeps track of it, but I don't often look at it. That, you know, if I looked at it more and interpreted the information in there, I probably would learn some things. And I used to do that a lot, but you know what? It's pretty boring. It's pretty boring. It's pretty boring doing what am I doing here? I want to put that like that. That's what that is. It's a mana bun. Anyway, I don't necessarily want those things, but there you go. Anyway, I guess I'm gonna log out of this character and log into my druid and see what's left to do in Pandaria. I think I pretty much had got the Lore Master achievement last time for Pandaria, which I had Lore Master on my main, but I never did Pandaria, so you get that for whatever expansion you're running if you do everything, but you have to, so I got the Wisdom of the Winds thing, and this is like that, that speed buff you get in Dalaran. I guess it's the first time they did that. You got a little speed buff in Dalaran. I don't remember if it was both Dalarans, or you got a little speed buff in your class hall or something. I'm not really sure how that worked, but anyway. He seems to be able to run at 117% in normally. I don't know why exactly, but yeah, there's a speed buff of some kind going. I don't know what it is. It doesn't really say. Maybe it's a talent tree thing. I don't know why this guy goes to Ratchet. That's something I discovered when I was here before, and I need to go to I need to. Oh, wait. This is not the.
The eyes of one who has traveled.
You have the eyes of one who's. Where's the kite master here? That's a big kitapult. Look at that thing. It's got 3 kites on it.
Tell me of your travels.
Now I want to go to. Oh yeah, I forgot. Beeble's Wreck, Isle of Giants. Yeah, I was never sure what that was about, but so do I still have a thing for Nat Pagel, like, that I have to bring him? Yeah, I don't know. So, there's not really... Oh! Excuse me. Oh, my goodness. I'm supposed to go to, Oh, I better talk to a guard here because I can't remember. It's going to tell me, one of these citizens will tell me,
Not forgotten us.
Welcome.
they're playing, looks like they're playing Hearthstone there. They're playing a little game of Hearthstone. Okay, now, profession trainer, cooking. I want to look for cooking. Looking for a profession trainer. Zen master trainers can be found all across Pandaria. Okay, cooking. You're going to say, developing your cooking skills. Iron Paw family, Half Hill Market, Valley of the Four Winds. Okay. I don't have, and actually I don't have another question.
I hope to see you again soon.
I want to go to the Half Hill Market, Valley of the Four Winds. Let me see where that is here. Valley of the Four Winds. Oh, it's even lit up. So I go to Half Hill. I go to Half Hill. That's where I go. Half Hill. That's close by, actually. Look at that. All right. So there we are once again on a nice kite, flying around 2 places. So, all right. Yeah, well, we can see it's the middle of the night because there's definitely not as many people on. Like from my follower list, there's not as many people on as normal. So I don't know. I joined the chill streamers, talk shows, and variety streaming. I don't know what that does for me, but they're big groups. I don't know if that's good or bad or indifferent. I really don't know anything. So, I mean, that's the trouble. You know, I don't know, like, exactly what, so where's a cooking trainer here? Anyway, that's what we want, right? Stable master, Half Hill Market. Cooking trainer should be here somewhere, right? Is there indeed, or will he be in here? Or will this just be an innkeeper? Innkeeper lie, Half Hill Market, innkeeper Lylan, bartender.
My goods are crafted with great care.
Okay, we don't really want to change the thing here. Half Hill Villager. So I gotta like become. I've got to become friendly with the Half Hill here because I'm neutral right now, I guess. So let's see. This just says Half Hill Villager. There's got to be some. Oh, there's some vendors down here. So maybe these people down here will know something. Oh yeah, so here's the
Oh, hello.
key to the ways. I seek training in Pandaran cooking. Okay, I can't learn anything though right now. So
May your days bring you joy.
Hello.
herbalism trainer is here.
Serpent, guide you. Greetings, wanderer.
Who sells the recipes at the oh wait, what do I got? What does this guy have? Iron Paw tokens, right? Okay. So requires to be a master. There's some cooking recipes here. sack of green cabbages, sack of, what? Is this where you get the rice? Could I get rice from here? I don't know. Iron Paw tokens. Okay, it doesn't, I don't know. I thought I saw rice somewhere. But I didn't. I thought I did. Oh, an apron. What does this do for me? Tradition of cooking. Apron, frying pan, and rolling pin. Look at that. You can get all that stuff. That looks awesome. Let's see what it looks like. Apron. It's a tabard, basically, huh? It's just a tabard. It looks like an apron. It's got a little bow in the back, so it's basically a tabard, but it looks like an apron. And it's kind of neat, you know? Well, what's not to like? So, black pepper, 100-year soy sauce, rice flour, portable refrigerator. What's that? It's a 32-slot cooking bag. So that's pretty neat. So I didn't know they had that. Flippable table. Unleash your rage. Flip the table. It's a toy, and I don't have it. So if I want it, I could get it. But anyway, let me see. So who has Stockmaster? That's what his thing is.
Next one is on me.
Guide to the Four Ways. Cooking supplies for lessons. Oh, hey, maybe it comes here. Rice. Okay, so cooking lessons. I can get the rice from here, so I don't need to farm it. So that means, that's very interesting. So that means that if I want to cook here, green curry fish, I could get some rice. So, but I want the golden carp first, I guess.
I hope to see you again soon.
So having the golden carp is a thing. Let me see. Master of the Grill.
Hello.
He teaches the same. Actually, teaches the same recipes as everyone else. It seems like.
Hello.
No, I guess not. I guess not. Is that different recipes? Yeah, it is. They all have different recipes, and they don't have anything. They all have nothing that I can use right here. Master of the Walk. All right. That's very interesting. Seed vendor. My seeds grow best in the valley. Oh my goodness. Tillers, quartermaster.
Greetings.
How do I get tiller rep, I wonder? I've been curious about that, actually. Master of the oven. And it's Bobo Ironpaw.
Greetings, wanderer.
And he is he can make tea and witch brew and brew. He's a brew master, I guess. Master of the brew. And there's that guy down there, fruit dealer. Water taster or someone. He's the water taster, huh? That's his job, tasting the water.
Do you hear the river's song?
I hear the river's song.
May the currents be strong.
All right, now, can I fish in this? Can I fish in here? Here's Petal Pearl Shaper Jai Ying. Okay, me and my people are studying the nearby rivers and ponds. Never before have we seen such revitalizing water. So, we've seen some revitalizing water here. It's a big deal. I agree. I'm sure it is. And, all right. So, let's see. So, I think maybe I can fish in here. Let's find out if I can. Let's just find out. I'm sure I don't need really like lures and stuff because, you know, I think my fishing's probably high enough. But water too shallow? Is it too shallow here for? I guess you can't fish in this pond. All right. So where can I fish? Where can I fish? There's the river. The river tells many stories. Is something that I hear a lot from these fish guys. So, you know, that being the case, maybe I can fish in a river here, and there's the river. I can see what I can do here with the fishing. I gotta listen closely. I hear my bobber. So my sound turned up loud enough, my monitor. Yeah, it's turned up loud enough but I can also see it bob too, so it's not a big deal. Okay, did I get it? I guess I want, which bag do I want? The one with the fish in it, be this one, huh? Yeah. All right. So maybe I should check. Otis just says good night, thanks for the lurk, etc. CV's hosting someone. Maybe I should check that out, huh? Let me see. Hi, I'm Otis. Where is he? Otis. I know he's here somewhere. Yeah, here he is. CV's hosting someone. All right. Okay, I guess he's not hosting anyone, so that's fine then. So all right. Well, all right. I'm going to say let's see. How do you do this? This is another thing to do, like this, and then you just can I do this right from here? Let's see if I can. Yeah, I sure can. All right, and I can do this. I can say, hey, I'm lurking. And okay. All right. So whoever has oh yeah, some of these guys are not on anymore, I see. I mean, you got to see if they're in their own channel. That's one way of telling. And that's fine. So right. Okay, well, let's see. I joined that guy, and wait a second. I also want to, let me see about this here. Okay, well, I'm trying to learn to multitask a little better. I don't think I'm doing very good at it, but, you know, it's one of those things. I'm not very good at it, but I'm doing my best. There's a turtle here walking around, soft shell sapling, snapling, not sapling, snapling. All right, well, got that. I got the carp. If I want to level my cooking, though, I mean, there's not a whole lot left to do here in Pandaria, apart from just grinding some stuff. But I kind of want to do it, actually. I mean, I want to stay in Pandaria. I can see there's like a reason. To me, it's a good thing to do. Did I? Okay, I got my lure up, right? Alright, I'm playing with one hand now. It's a river strider, but he's under the water. That's kind of interesting. I wonder why he's doing that. He's not striding very well. He's swimming around. I guess they do. I guess they swim around and also stride. So when they stride, they act like different. So I didn't know they could also swim, but that's pretty neat, really. And that looks like an herb over there. That's what's twinkling. So I'm liking this. I got Emperor Salmon. And do I have anything else? Like, I haven't picked up anything for... I haven't picked up anything for I haven't picked up anything for like debris yet. I usually get that though periodically, and so yeah. So, yeah, because I kind of want to do the, Someone says, I sense you're good at math. Why do you say that? I mean, well, there's some truth to that, but, did you listen to my stream where I was talking about Bayes' theorem? Is that the reason, or? Did you have a math question, or? Let's see what I got going here. Let me see. Someone's asking me something. Oh, here. I know a man who is good. He says, I know a man who is good at math when I see one. I'm in the computing industry, programming, and math comes in quite a bit. Yes, that is very true. I don't know if you're listening, but maybe I should type and talk. I don't know. I'm not sure. Are you... So, yes, you're right. I have math skills. They get pretty esoteric. They get pretty abstract too. I'm very okay. Very good. I'm talking in the channel then. Here. Okay. Right. Doesn't happen much because I'm kind of a new streamer. But like I was talking to someone on stream today, and they were chatting back, and I kind of like to try at some point. I'd like to try the voice chat that's built into Twitch, because just to see how it works. But I don't know, like, it might be fun to have like two people talking in the chat, you know, and I think that would be fun. But yeah, I'm kind of curious what, like, you mentioned that, but like, so it just that you can tell, I guess, that I'm good at math. I haven't tried either one. I mean, I know that's true. Like, everyone says basically that Discord chat is better than Twitch chat. I just would like to try it, or try either one, actually. I mean, I have a Discord, but I didn't make a server yet. But I am interested in how it works. Like, I'm not sure if I can share my microphone on the same machine with Discord. I don't know if it does video. I suppose it does. I haven't investigated it yet too much. But I guess it does. I assume it probably does everything. But maybe you can fill me in on what I can do with it, and kind of give me a little bit of a leg up or something, a little help with my bootstraps, as it were. So because I don't know, I actually don't know too much about how, you know, like, all what can be done, and particularly if I can. Yes, I do. I like physics. When I went to university the first time around, this will explain it, or this will tell the story, I guess, or explain the story. Okay. Oh, that's good. That's what that's what I wanted to know. And does it use video, or does Discord use video also? Like, can I have, like, can someone do video chat with me while I'm streaming, and or at least one way from them? And could I put them in the stream if I wanted, like, give them a separate little face cam using OBS? You know, that's how I would do it. But would that be possible, or does it just do voice, or just everything? You can do video, but not many people use it. I'd like to try it, though. I think, wouldn't it be fun to have like a friend in the chat, and you know, you could put their picture up there too, and they could be talking to you. And I mean, I've seen streamers or YouTubers that do that, so there must be ways of doing that, I'm sure. So if it can be done live, that would be awesome. But yeah, I love physics. When I went to university the first time around, I did not take any general ed subjects at all. So you know how, like, when you're getting a degree, you're taking your couple of core subjects, and then you're taking all that gen ed stuff, because this is my first time. Well, I simply just didn't do that. I took all hard sciences. It was a really hard curriculum, because I wasn't going for a degree. I was just going for concentrated learning. So I took physics, chemistry, statistics, calculus, you know, physics, my first semester. So I jumped into it. Yeah, I don't know if you're in the UK. I'm not sure how things work there, but they, you know, at least here, I mean, you can take what you want, but you can't get a degree unless you have the you know, the well-rounded stuff. Which, at like my age at the time, which I was just a kid, you know, I was 18 or 19, starting out in school. I was not interested in literature and history and things like that, as I am more now. So You know, I just took all the hard stuff. But that just goes to show you how much I like science. I just like that stuff, and I didn't really take any of the other stuff. I didn't do that until I went for a second degree. Well, a second degree. I didn't get a degree the first time. I just took a lot of science and became a scientist. So, you know, it's like in the private sector, you know, results are more important than your degree. So, and that's becoming even more and more true. Pluto, damn it. Okay, that was a joke, but, you know, what's my favorite planet? You know, I'm with Sheldon Cooper. I kind of wanted to punch out Neil deGrasse Tyson for somehow having a role in deprecating Pluto. So, by golly, when I was your age, Pluto was a planet and we liked it. And the second time around, I took all that gen ed stuff because I was actually trying to get a real degree, but it was a degree in music the second time around, and I was probably, you know, that was several decades later. And I went to yeah, I miss Pluto. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You know, that's what Sheldon Cooper said. I'm totally down with that. You know, I think it's just you know, you know. You know, let's not I don't know what I'm trying to think of the best way of saying this in a family-friendly way, but let's not diss all over Clyde Tombaugh's work, you know, in discovering Pluto, you know, with 1950s technology or 40 or whatever it was, you know. And I've been playing WoW. I have a couple of different realms I play in, but this is a RP realm, but it's just, I don't really, this is I don't know what it is. Anyway, I started playing, I started playing on a PvP realm, and because a friend of mine was playing on that, and he wanted me to do that stuff. But I started playing just after Burning Crusade, so I actually had the vanilla game for a while, and I didn't even get back then, if you bought the vanilla game, it was still just exactly the same until you got the expansion. Then the map would change, and you'd play Draenei, you could play Draenei, and you could be a shaman if you wanted, or something like that. But you know, so right after the Burning Crusade came out was when I started playing WoW. I'm not sure what date that was, you know, but so I like basically, and I was such a noob and I was such a lamer that I had no idea what to do. So anyway, yeah, I played on Crush Ridge. I still have my original main there, but I haven't gone on there in a long time. Yeah, I know. I hear they really are. They actually are going to have they're going to have vanilla servers, as after they said over and over and over that they weren't going to do that, they're going to do it. You know, I have a main. My main is not this character, because I just actually re-rolled this character basically for this series. Although not exactly. I mean, I re-rolled it, and then I got it to some level, and she's now, you know, she's probably over-leveled for this Pandaria area. But in any case, there's not very many RP servers, but this one is like not this is like I can't remember what it's called now, but it's got not a lot of RPers on it. But I do miss Vanilla WoW, and I'll tell you, one of the things I miss about it is that my first character was a warrior, and this is before when I re-rolled her, there weren't realm transfers, like easy realm transfers back in those days. So now you can just do it on the website really easily. But you can... I am using heirlooms. It's just a transmog. I got all my heirlooms on except the rings. I don't have the rings. I've never done a fishing tournament. So, anyway, let me see. So what was I saying? I got like, and one reason to not use heirlooms is because you just level too fast. I mean, I like what they did with the scaling leveling. I think that's level scaling was good. I think that was a new thing they did that was really a good idea. But the thing I liked about Vanilla was, you didn't have to commit to a spec if you didn't want. And for a warrior, just leveling, I discovered over a period of time it was better to not have a spec. So what I just did was I just went to all 3 talent trees, and I always picked the talents that gave me better rage generation so that I could always hit my special attacks all the time and never run out of rage. And people would ask me, well, how are you doing that? You know what? That's like, see how your rage bar is going up? How is that happening? That doesn't happen on my warrior. And they go, what spec are you? And I didn't even know what they meant by spec. I would go, well, what do you mean? What spec? And I said, well, rage. I just go for rage. They said, your talents. And I didn't have a spec. I just picked rage. I picked rage in all three. If there was a talent that had higher rage, like a higher minimum rage or maximum rage, or if there was something that generated rage, or if there was a talent that created like a rage, like passive rage generation, or whatever talent that involved getting more rage, having more max rage, generating rage faster, generating rage with your auto attack, generating rage, whatever, it was just, I went for all the rage talents as much as I can. So I didn't like take a lot of the other talents. I just got those. But yeah, I got a full set of heirlooms on here, except for the rings. I don't have the rings. So your first character was a warrior. Wow, another warrior. That's like the hardest character, especially back then. I mean, you remember like getting killed in the starting area? Like there's no way you can die in the starting area now. Your health regen is so fast when you play the starting area now. But I mean, I remember running back from the graveyard a few times just in the starting area. And granted, I was a lamer, and I suck, and and I was totally a noob. But, it took me forever to level because I didn't even try to level. Like my friend wanted me to play WoW with him, and, right, yeah, and so my first character was a human, and, it was super hard. It took forever. And if you didn't know what you were doing, which I really didn't, I didn't even know what I was supposed to be doing. So, like, when it came to, so my friend got me into WoW. So play WoW with me. It'll be great. And, so he comes back on after, he gets back from work and he notices I'm on WoW, and he calls me up. And, yeah, it's true. Like, the guilds really were... You needed a guild, so when you were in a guild, even a casual guild, you spent more time talking to the people and chatting and doing stuff with them. And now it's like you don't really need it, so... No, I agree with you. That's very true. But anyway, so, he would go, what are you doing? And I said, he would like be watching me, like he'd get on. He'd call me up on the phone. That's how we voice chatted. He'd just call me on the phone because, you know, we were buddies from high school. So, you know, we know each other really well. So we, instead of getting a voice chat, which we could have, you know, we had event server. I think the guild we were in had event server. But we would just get on the phone. Sometimes we just level together and we get on, or play or whatever, and we get on the phone. So he came back to the starting area, and there I was. And he was just trying to, like, he wanted my character to be up to the level of his character so that you know, we could do some things together. It took me a while to get there. And he would come in, go to the starting area, and he would look, and I wouldn't, like, have a weapon equipped. And he would go like, what are you doing? And I would say, well, I just discovered that if I hit stuff with, like, with my hands, then I get unarmed skill ups. So I guess I'm just getting those. And he said, and what are you doing? Like, what are you I said, oh, I'm just killing these wolves. And he said, well, why don't you have the quest to kill the wolves? And I said, what? And he said, well, there's a quest, you know, to kill the wolves. And that was like, that's the very first quest where you go talk to Marshall McBride or whoever it is, and he gives you the quest to kill the wolves. And I didn't even do that. I was just running around killing stuff because I had no idea what to do. So it was hilarious, you know. Like, if you watch some WoW Machinima people, Nixium sometimes, like, will tell his WoW noob stories. And he'll, like, say, well, you know, like, he always clicked his auto attack like it was a separate attack. And he used to click it over and over again. And finally, one of his friends asked him, like, what in the world are you doing there? Why are you doing that? And he just didn't know any better. And that's what happened to me. So I had no idea. I had no idea what I was doing. And he said, well, why don't you get the quest to kill the wolves? And I said, well, the quest? And he said, yeah. And then I walked over to the quest giver, and then I thought I clicked on the quest giver, and then something popped up, and I just said, and I clicked on it. And it wasn't. It was one of those guild invites you get when you're a noob. You know, they go through the list and they hit everyone that's like level 1 or, you know, under level 10. And I mean, yeah, I know. Running around killing boars. It reminds me of the South Park episode, you know. That's why we just need to log in, stay in the forest, killing boars. So, I love that episode. I still watch it every once in a while. Anyway, so he finally explained to me what the point was. He said, well, you know, the reason why they have quests in the game is because, you know, people don't like MMOs where all you do is grind. Or he didn't say that word because I wouldn't have understood it. It took me a while to know what some of the lingo was. But anyway, like, it took me a long time to, and then, you know, after a while, I was a pretty good player, although I didn't PvP that much. That's really why he was in the game. He liked PvPing, and it was hard, you know, like a warrior, if you were in PvP, if you weren't any good, you would just die constantly. And you know, you'd go to, like, Lakeshire and try to do your quests. Once I figured out what to do, you know, you go to Lakeshire and you do stuff, and then you'd, like, there'd be, like, a warlock sitting on the top of the Lakeshire Inn, and he would just have this ranged shadow bolt, and he would just shadow bolt you. He had like a 45-yard range or something. So there was just nothing you could do. Or you'd get too close and he'd just put all his dots on you, and then you panic and you run away, but you're going to die anyway. If you don't stop and you know, apply some kind of potion or healing or use your bandages or something, you would die. But Yeah, I got to. I was a while before I could even do PvP. I was not even like nobody really. You know, I had to figure out how to use my mouse for steering. Like now, I've got like all my motion controls are on my mouse, and then all my attacks are in my left hand on the keyboard. And I even evolved to where I said one day I'm going to make this where my hand's going to be in the middle of the keyboard. And so, like, my pinky is on the F and my forefinger's on the J, and then I'm going to be able to reach around the whole keyboard with one hand and have all my hotkeys. And that took a lot of nerve to switch from whatever it was originally, but I ended up doing that, and now I play most games that way if I can. Even Skyrim, which is kind of a pain to remap because some things won't work right if you remap Skyrim to where the mouse does all the maneuvering. Because Skyrim is really not designed to be played that way, but I've made it to be played that way. So, and it's much faster moving around and, you know, not being a keyboard turner and clicking your attacks and stuff. But, gosh, the thing I like about WoW was that I could play one-handed. I could just use my mouse. If I was just kind of casually doing other things or whatever, I could just like have my, you know, soda or whatever. I didn't have to put it down to game and get parched. I could just keep my soda going and whatever, and I could just click my attacks and go, you know, do one attack at a time and use the mouse for everything if I wanted. But so that's pretty good. So you have yeah, I'm not familiar with the Orb Weaver. I know the kind of mouse you're talking about. I've got a Logitech gaming mouse, and it's got like a million little configurable keys on it. I don't use them all, but I use a lot of them. So, you know, I've got one for auto run here. I've got one for you know, I got one for run versus walk and auto run and, you know, move left and turn left and right, and then a key combination is to slide left and right like this, and I use different things. So basically I can just do all the motion, mostly all the motion with one hand. And but the Orb Weaver, I don't know, is that like a little hand keyboard thing with rollers on it and stuff? I'm not sure. That'd be my guess anyway, but I don't know. I could look it up, but then, you know, that's a thing that you'll see about the stream is that one thing I like to do is I like to rely on my memory. So my memory is not extraordinary or anything, but I like to rely on it. So if I'm trying to remember where something was when I played vanilla or something like that, my first choice is to not look it up and try to figure it out and try to use my memory and remember. And memory is very fallible, but, you know, it's kind of fun to see if you can remember something correctly and puzzle something out. So you have an Orb Weaver. I don't know what that is. So it sounds cool, though. And I have a Logitech gaming keyboard. It is a M6105, maybe. I think that's what this says. I don't know. I'm a G10. No, it's a G105 or a G106. I'm not sure. I'm wearing the wrong glasses to see that. So, it's basically a smaller keyboard with macros on it by Razer. Right. I've seen pictures of it. Then I think I know what you're talking about. It sounds great. It would be handy for me to have one here too, because I've got this little tray that my keyboard and mouse are on, and it's really like not enough room for the mouse pad. And I've been meaning to build like a separate mouse pad for it so that my mouse is over here. I just move the whole thing over. and I'd have more room. This tray came with like this mini mouse pad because there's not really much room for it for a mouse, but it's okay, it works. I'm pretty used to it now. But anyway, I'm here to, what do I want to do? I want to cook, right? Well, now where's the cooking trainer? Oh, they're all different cooking trainers. So it doesn't matter. I just want to get to a certain point. They all have recipes, but they all have recipes, and see, I never played Pandaria before. So 80 pounds, that's like, what, is that like $120 or $130 American maybe, or something like that? I don't know what the exchange rate is these days. This sounds cool. I could really use it in my setup here. Like I said, it might be the thing to do. It might be better than just, I could just put my keyboard aside when I'm gaming and just put the little gaming thing here. That might be awesome. So, I don't use a lot of keyboard macros. I have some, I have some fancy stuff on a couple of keys that I do, but mostly just regular key. Sometimes I make macros from within WoW. It's $111. Did you look it up, or did you use your memory? Just kidding. All right. So, yeah, sounds great. Maybe I'll get one. I'm just flying around here. What am I doing here? Let's get off the bird, and let's get yeah, I know. I can see why you asked me, why don't you use heirlooms? Because nobody would have this transmog. That's that's the truth, isn't it? It doesn't look like a transmog. It looks too much like I'm just wearing some junk that I found here and there. So I know that's what happens, though. Like, people don't, like, their memory doesn't work after, because they could just look it up on Google, and it's like, I think their memories start to deteriorate after a while. And I mean, not that I don't Google things and stuff, but I do, but it's kind of fun to, and since this is a game anyway, it seems like part of the game for me is to use my memory. So I try to remember things if I can. And which is really funny because I have horrible ADD. I'm not just saying that. It's like a diagnosed condition, and I take medicine for it. And that's why I have, like, caffeine, and that's why I have nicotine. It also helps a little bit. All that helps a little bit. So, and so, when it comes to losing my train of thought, you'll see that I do that a lot. But anyway, I'm supposed to be cooking. Let me see. Can I cook, like, in front of any of these things here? Like, I know nothing about Pandaria except for what I learned this time around. I did come ADD, attention deficit disorder. It's what you would take Adderall or Ritalin for, or some of the more new esoteric drugs that they prescribe for it, like Strattera and things like that. People that lose their train of thought a lot and are, there's sort of two different things that occur. Like, people with ADD kind of tend to hyper-focus also on things, so which means they're really good at concentrating on one thing at a time, but they're not very good at multitasking. So that's, and there are, like, mental drills you can do to help improve that, too. It's not just you're stuck taking medicine. You can work on it. It's just a thing that you can, you can work on it. You can get better. You can learn good habits, and, that helps a lot. But I think it's probably more of a joke that I kind of, like, make fun of how ADD I am and stuff, and it's a lot of it is a joke because I'm just kind of exaggerating what I know are my natural tendencies to forget my train of thought and to go from one stream of consciousness element to another. So yeah. Anyway, I'm kind of. So I could probably cook by this thing, I'm assuming. So let me see. So, like, fish cakes, I get 5 points. And I know I saw a vendor that had, where is it? Someone here, because I found it already once. Someone here is a vendor that has, let me see, it could be her. Supplies for the cooking lessons. Okay, yeah, so if I get rice, I can get some rice here. I'll get maybe 10 and see how that does for me.
Travel safe.
Well, you know, it's a thing where these sort of autism spectrum things are very different. Some of people that have autism spectrum, they have ADD-like symptoms, but you don't. It's hard to diagnose these things, like unless you get a PET scan. So, you know, like psychiatrists and psychologists can give you a battery of questions and try to deduce that whether you have that or not, but it's been suggested that I might be that way, like I might be a high-functioning autist, but I don't know. There's no proof. So, and people that, like, people with high-functioning autism, they're really, they adapt, because people adapt, and even people like that, they adapt, so it's hard to tell, because sometimes once they adapt to their symptoms, they actually become pretty normal acting, and you have to get to know them pretty well to see how unusual they are, because they kind of behave pretty normally, but it's been suggested to me by some professionals that could be the case. But I looked into this, and I found out the only way to really know for sure is to be subjected to a bunch of stimuli while you're in a PET scan, because then you can tell if your brain is lighting up in an abnormal way while you're looking at things and thinking about things and being and sometimes it turns out that all you do, you know, like I have a friend that thinks he has Asperger's syndrome, but he really just has ADD and a little OCD, and some people just have, you know, he just thinks that it's cooler to have the cool disease, but I would rather personally have something that's treatable. So, you know, and it's not always a blessing, you know, like not everyone that, like people think of people with autism as they're all smart, but they're not all smart. Some of them are not, and they also have average intelligence, and sometimes they have a really tough time getting along in life. So, you know, you can hope that like I hope my friend doesn't have that. He doesn't want to have a PET scan because he doesn't want to find out that he doesn't have the cool disease, but there's nothing cool about it. That's what I think. I think you know, I don't know, maybe I'm being too forthcoming, but well, that's, you know, that sound, you know, is it you or your best friends? All your best friends have that or something? That's so, you know, anyway, no, I'm just saying I have this friend, and I just think that he's just like, I don't know, you can get kind of enamored of the idea, and that doesn't mean you can't be diagnosed properly. I mean, I don't mean you personally, but I just mean in general. It seems like it kind of became a fad, so to want to have that somehow. And, you know, and some people do really have it, but people ask me, like, about it a lot, and I've had counselors say, well, I think you might be that. But, you know, I mean, I think I would like not to be that, you know. I would not like even to have ADD. So, you know. But it is good, you know. It's pretty minor compared to some of the hurdles that people with high functioning autism have. You know, like there are some indications with me, like though I did. There's a interesting test that they give that there's an interesting test that they give where you try to deduce what emotions are being portrayed by people just from their eyes alone. So all it shows you is their eyes. And this is really funny because, like, on the test it says, oh, you'll be surprised how well you do. It seems like it will be really hard, but you'll be surprised how well you do. So I'm taking this test, I'm going through this thing, I'm picking what I think is being portrayed by the eyes. And when I get to the end of the test, I am so wrong that I don't even have a, like, my results are worse than random chance. So, you know, that unfortunately is an indication that I might be a high-functioning autist. And the way that I discern people's moods, and because I'm good at actually understanding what people's motivations and emotions are, but there's a chance that I do it using a different skill set than the average person would use. So there is a possibility that I am that, and I do have, you know, Asperger, or I have some kind of a something like that. But I've just never had the PET scan, so I don't know for sure. I'd like to know, in a way, you know. I mean, it would be good to know, but it's kind of an expensive test, and it's not one they'll just give you, you know, like on your insurance or whatever. So, you know, I'd have to want to know really badly to have that. So, I guess that's what I'm saying. So, it's better, yeah, I'm happy for you, because it's better not to have any disorders, if, you know. I mean, that's something that people should keep in mind, that there are super geniuses, like, you know, in the 180s and 190s. If you can use IQ, it's hard to have a common language for that. But just say when someone has a 200 IQ or something like that, it's quite possible that they're completely normal in every other way. Like, there's nothing wrong with their brain or unusual about it, except they're just smarter than everyone else. And some people are like that. You know, you're probably one of that, you know. Well, when it's free, though, you know, it's not necessarily free for something like that, you know. So that's what I mean. It's like they tell you what's free. They tell you what, you know. Sometimes just because you want to know something doesn't mean that the referrers will give you like a you know, a $10,000 test that isn't really for, you know. You're kind of at their mercy when it comes to what, you know, you can get. So I know, like, we have Medicare here, and it's like that too, you know. So, I mean, they'll pay for a lot of really expensive stuff for my friends and people that I know that have that. But certainly it's you know, it's not just anything. And I don't know how it is in the UK. I don't know if you can just go in there and walk into any specialist and get any test you want at any time. I've heard it's not the case, because you have to get a referral, just like you do here. So it's I don't know. Yeah, and I really don't know too much about the UK. Although my wife is from the UK, so I should know, but she hasn't lived there in a long time. So that's you know, the thing, I guess. So I still haven't cooked anything yet, though. I keep looking over at, it's a very interesting conversation, and I don't know, like, I'm so telling that I'm good at math, it's all started from there. I should probably hit my cooking and see if see how many I can cook here. Well, okay, I got 44 golden carp, and I'm gonna say I need to I can create. Well, I don't want to create all. Well, I will. I'll just create all. I'll create all, and then I'll move if it turns. All right, Grandmaster Cook though. Okay, so now I can still cook these if I want, but I can learn some recipes now, right? Isn't that true?
Tell me of your travels.
No, 5 1/4.
Jade
So
Serpent.
there's basically no.
Greetings.
All these recipes are going to be. All these recipes are going to be.
Wanderer.
I have to have 5 1/4 level here.
Next one is on me.
Yeah. That's how it works here. It works just like that. It works just like that here. As far as if you're on Medicare or Medicaid or something like that, it's the same way. You go to your GP and they give you referrals. So I guess when it comes to a PET scan, if you can convince your GP to give you one, then they can send you a referral. I guess that's the way it works. Probably there or here. So, yeah. Yeah, we don't have that for medicine here. I think we just go to regular prescribers that you would go to, like regular pharmacies. There's not like special places for medicine, if that's what you mean. Or maybe in UK, regular pharmacies are on that list of special places to go. Yeah, I'm not sure. So it's not that you heard my rambling about Bayes' theorem that caused you to know that I was interested in mathematics. On one of my streams, I have documented proof. I have documented proof that you can get a quadruple node in Archaeology and WoW, because it happened right on my stream. I spent a while leveling Archaeology, and I spent a while leveling Archaeology because I wanted to get that Cloud Serpent, this thing here, which I got. It's my first Pandaria mount, and I was like, well, one of the quests was you had to do Archaeology. And so I said, well, I should probably level that, because I've been leveling all my other things, but I didn't. My Archaeology was still at level 1. So I did a short series on leveling Archaeology from level 1. So, and so I kept joking about, how sometimes if you do Archaeology, you go to a node, you find it, you hit your thing, you discover it, and then you want to see where the next place to go, so you hit your Archaeology Sextant ability again, and it just so happens it materializes right in the same place. Well, so I was wondering if it was possible to get a triple, and I said it may not even be possible. There may be even, I was even talking about the kind of game theory principle where they would mess with random chance, where you couldn't get something like that even though it was a probability, so they would change it where you couldn't get 3 in a row or something. So, but as it turns out, so every time I got a double, I go, okay, well, if it's possible, here comes the triple, and I go, nope, no triple for me. So, and it kept going on that way. And finally, somewhere in like a cataclysm zone, I think, I hit the thing the third time, and I went, wow, wait a minute, was that a triple? Oh my gosh, I'm not sure, because I moved a little bit and I wasn't sure, and I looked back on it after I finished the stream. I went and watched it, and sure enough, I got a triple. But the amazing thing is that right after that, I hit my archaeology right again, and I got another one. So I got a quadruple. Like, what are the odds of that? So, and then I started talking about Bayes' theorem because, you know, the odds of getting a triple, like once you've had a double, are much better than just the odds in general of getting a triple. And getting a quadruple, once you've had a triple, the odds of getting a quadruple are exactly the same as the odds of getting a double once you've had a single. So, you know, and Bayes' theorem is very clear about explaining how that works. So, anyway, there you go. I don't know. Not a lot of people like talking about math, so, you know, I'm a little dubious about it. It's going to bore the socks off most people, so. But anyway. I did the archaeology, and I found that you could get a triple. In fact, you could even get a quadruple. So I suppose then it's a distinct possibility that you could get all 6 nodes in one place in archaeology. It's remote, but it could happen. It's possible. I guess they don't monkey with the probability. So. So anyway, let's see. Where was I with this? I want to get off my cloud serpent and see what I can do with this cooking thing. So I got basically just like I can make 8 more fish. Well, that's not enough to get to. I'd have to get to 500, or I have to get to 5 1/4 to buy any of these recipes, or to train any of these recipes.
Take your time. Enjoy.
Maybe I should go to Cataclysm. But I don't know. So I can do the rice cakes though, so that's okay. I can do those. I can do those rice cakes. It's fine. I can buy more rice, actually. I got more. Oh, it's already green. Oh, damn. I said a bad word. I said a bad word, totally. Okay. Green curry fish. 454. Is that really all I can get? Is there no... I guess I'd have to get like Cataclysm recipes, which I haven't done. I don't even know. I've got those Iron Paw tokens. I don't think I have the regular tokens. So darn. So am I following you? I don't know. Like, what have I done here? Oh no. Oh, I see. This is like when you copy too much, you get more than you want here. All right. Games, no. Back. Channels. There you go. I'm following you. It says you're offline right now. So okie doke. Now, I might have lost a little of your chat there because I flipped from one thing to another. I should probably look over here and see what it says. Do I have you on my chat client? I could put you over here just so I can make sure and see everything. I don't even know if you're still there. Are you still there? Well, okay. Okay, I'm lurking on your channel. You might not be on though, so. Oh, you're still there, huh? Okay, good. I'm lurking on your channel, and but it doesn't look like you're streaming anything right now. I don't know, do you do any streaming yourself? That's, you know, not everyone does, you know. I mean, I had Twitch for a long time before I ever streamed. In fact, I had Curse before it was bought out by Twitch, and that's actually how I got my Twitch account. So I didn't even, you know, seems like that happens a lot. Like the YouTube channel that I put all my live streams on, you know, because you can't save them. All right. Well, listen, make your daughter breakfast, and I'll stay in the chat. I'll probably be here another probably hour or so, you know, and after that probably be a rerun. So I'll probably vodcast or host someone, or I'm not sure. We'll see what I do. But you're more than welcome. I appreciate you coming in the stream. This is like the first time someone's really come and hung out for a while. So, you know, a couple people have hung up. Other streamers have hung out a little bit, and we've chatted a bit. You know, that happened just today. It's really the first day where that much of that has really happened. So I really appreciate it. And you have a good one, man. I appreciate you chilling in the stream. I'm a member of Chill Streams, whatever that means. I'm a member of that. So you take care, dude, and take care of your daughter. Make her breakfast. And we'll see you around. I'll be here, I'm sure. So, yeah. All right, so what are we doing now? We're cooking. I can get more rice, right? Guide to the ways. She's gonna be the guide to the ways, so that means she's gonna have. I can what? No. I can get more. So what are the cooking lessons? Aren't there gonna be dailies up here then? I just really don't know. I don't know how any of that works. So I get rice. I get 12 more. Probably I don't want that many, but I'm going to take it anyway. So
Travel safe.
Okay. Let's see what I can cook out of this. We'll see. Okay, I can do 12. I'm not going to get a lot of points for that, but I'll get some anyway. This is probably all I can cook right now, so. Oh, man, that's it. It's the end. It's the end. Green curry fish, it's the end. I can't cook anything. So how do I take where are the cooking lessons? How do I get the cooking lessons?
May your days bring you joy.
How do I get better recipes that are in between here? They don't have anything. Master of the Walk. None of these people, all their recipes are like 525, so I really am goofing around today. I'm not doing the things I should be doing. Well, you know what? So what I could do then is I could go back to the I could go back to the inn and go through the portal, drop in on Stormwind or something, and I think where are those portals again? I'm not even sure I remember where they were. They're not up here. We got heroic class vendors. Can you fly in here? You cannot. You cannot fly in here. So if I want to go back to that other side of things here, if I want to go, I want to go, like, obviously I've gone the wrong way here. So there's like, you can go this way. And this is going to be what, like down the stairs? I'm going to be on a different level here and then up here. So this stuff, what's over here, and this is the portal area. And then there's also a terrace over here, and I was wondering what was on this terrace. River Warden, someone.
Welcome.
I don't know what they do here. I don't know what these guys do, but they're not.
May your feet never dry.
Good day to you.
Okay, good day to you too. Let's see, wait. Where am I at here? So here's a, yeah, here. So there's like a little dancey thing. There's music.
Tell me of your travels.
Can you play me a song? For 2 gold? Really?
I hope
Okay.
to see you again soon.
What kind of song will they play? Well, they're already playing the same song. I don't know what she's doing. What's the...
Tell me of your travels.
That's the Pandaria dance, right? It's very funny.
Greetings.
There are many more songs to sing. I think maybe I have
Travel
to...
safe.
Maybe I have to have a list of those things or something. I don't know. Maybe it's like your whatchamacallit. All right. Well, this looks like Stormwind over here. So yeah, let's do it. All right, now here I am. Like, first of all, the regular cook trainer is in Old Town. It's Rybeck or Ryback or something like that. It's from Steven Seagal's movie where he was a cook on a ship, right?
You need something?
Okay. I can't get anything. He's just got regular train. He doesn't have any abilities. Basically, in order to train anything, I'd have to either get a recipe, or I'd have to get like a... I got Iron Paw tokens, but they don't really sell recipes so much. Where's the Cataclysm food trainers? Are they still around here? They were like over here where the dailies were. I actually don't remember. They're like over here. If they're still there, I don't even know actually. Are they? Are they not? Yeah, they are. Those dailies are still here. And what can you get here?
Greetings.
Sous Chef. Epicurean Award. So basically you have to get okay. Some of these recipes cost 2 Epicurean Awards. So this is what you'd have to get. This is what you'd have to do. And basically,
what can I do for you? Hey there.
head chef, what has he got here? Train me? Can he train me in anything? He really can't. So basically, if I want a level, I gotta get... Okay. If I want to level my cooking, I've got to get these recipes, because I can't get past this. I don't
Can
think.
I help you?
Let me see. Let me see here. So basically, it looks like everyday cooking Pandaran. 455 is as high as you can get with what I've got here. So, unlearned. Draenor food. Draenor Pandaren. Everyday cooking. Oh, there's some recipes. How do you get this? I got some. Oh, you have to get that from the anglers. It'll tell you profession training. Where's the lowest one? 450. Peach pie. Profession trainer. Regular cooking trainer in Pandaria. All right. Maybe that's the deal. Now that I'm 450, maybe if I go back to Pandaria and just find a regular cooking trainer, like, is that true or what? It kind of suggests that, you know, but the trainers here don't have those, but, all right. So, if I go back, how do I get, okay, I can just take the portal. I can take the portal and I'll be in Podon Village. And there's the Legion thing. I don't want to do it. Even if I do it, I'm going to skip the intro. All right, there's the balloon. That's where they are. All right, sounds good. There's the portal. Mistress of Cider.
Welcome.
All right.
Farewell.
Tang Apple Bloom. Where's, like, let me see here. If I just change this, like, turn all this off and then do profession trainers, maybe I'll see a cooking trainer. Is that possible? I sort of remember there was some trainers, so. What do we have here? First aid. One of you is a first aid trainer, right? Brewer? Okay, what?
May the mists protect you.
Is that right? Why does that show as a profession trainer? Oh.
Hello.
First aid. I see. Okay, first aid. Zen Master first aid. So that's basically it. And where am I here? I'm in Podon Village, Paraffin Village. There's got to be a regular cooking trainer here somewhere. Actually, I don't remember if there was. I have no idea. It says that these recipes here, there's like everyday cooking. Secret ingredients, a quest, peach pie, profession trainer, cooking 450. Cooking 480. Peach pie. I can make peach pie, supposedly. So, where is this trainer that will train me with regular cooking? I mean, there's no, where's the Kite Master here? Right here. Okay, so if I take the Kite Master to Half Hill, that's where it sends you for cooking. So maybe there's a regular cooking trainer here somewhere too. Or maybe there's a vendor that sells the peach pie recipe. And if that's the case, I don't think I have those iron paw tokens. I think I had a couple, but have I spent them on something already? I actually don't even know. Currency. Iron paw tokens, I got 3 of them. So maybe I can buy those. Maybe I can buy something from a cooking trainer. Maybe I can buy the peach pie from the cooking trainer. All right.
Tell me of your travels.
Okay, well, I'm here at
May your
whatever
days
this
bring you
is.
joy.
Now, is there now that I have it set to only to detect trainers, townsfolk. Okay. Oh, I can stop tracking warboards. I didn't realize that I could do that. Herbs, fish, flight master. I'm gonna turn that off. Trivial quests, I'll keep that. Points of interest, target, focus target, track POIs, track dig sites. Okay, so whatever. I can see where I can turn off boards. Boards are off. So there's lots of vendors, or there's lots of people here. But
Welcome.
herbalism,
Next one is on me.
Oh,
guide.
hello.
I need supplies for cooking lessons. I seek training in. So you want to be a chef? Oh, show me that you can follow instructions. That's what I need. I need sliced peaches. Okay, so
I hope
that
to
means
see you
I
again
need.
soon.
Okay, what do I need? I need sliced peaches. Make sliced peaches. So let's see. Learn the recipe for sliced peaches from the guide to the ways. Okay. And make the sliced peaches.
Tell me
So,
of your travels.
so that means I have to, let me see. So this is what I really need to do. Guide to the ways. Okay, sliced peaches. So, learned. Okay, where's the sliced peaches? There they are. Okay, so in order, I need the Pandaria peaches for cooking lessons, so she might have those.
Welcome.
She might have the Pandaria peaches. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need 5, right?
May your
And
days
then let me
bring you joy.
do it. I don't need that, because okay, I cook all those puppies, and, all right. And now I can turn this in.
Greetings.
All right. Show that you can follow directions. You bet. Sliced peaches. Very good. You're capable of learning. There's much I can teach you, and I have most of the ingredients you need to learn. Train with me.
I hope
Okay.
to see you again soon.
Time flies
Travel
when you're
safe.
having fun. Exalted with your guild? Well, that's interesting. I wonder how I got that. Just by getting rep. Okay. So,
Oh, hello.
training in Pandaria and cooking. Now I can learn these things. Okay, I see. So peach pie. I can learn peach pie. And what's the next thing here? I can do,
May your days
I can-
bring you joy.
you want fish? There's a fishing thing. You looking for golden carp or some other Pandarian fish? I'm no fisherman, but there's a fellow by the river teaching folks traveling through, or go speak with him. He'll likely give you some fish, as well as teach you how to fish. Okay,
Farewell.
golden carp. And so then I'm going to go talk to this guy. There's a lot of I like these little quests. I like these little quests where you just kind of you do these chill little things. I'm
Greetings, wanderer.
Sure, I'd love to hear a secret. What's the secret? Last night, Master Snowdrift was giving some lessons at the Shadowpan Monastery in Kunlai Summit. He was teaching his students how to cast fists of something. Good news is the students did great. Bad news is hundreds of icy fist balls were cast into the water. This froze the tiger gourmet. Oh, the tiger gourame living in the surrounding lake. Okay.
There is no hurry.
Okay, what else does he have to say? Even better, can you just show me on my map what? Show me on my map what? Tiger gourame will be found there.
Mists protect.
All right. I don't know why I want those, but okay. Can you teach me how to fish? I already have all the fishing. I got 489,
Jade
so
Serpent, guide.
I'm good. And let me see. Do you happen to have any fishing supplies? And there's his fishing supplies. A strong fishing pole. Yes, yes. Okay.
May the mists
And
protect you.
you want fish. What do? Ah, you come to learn how to fish. Well, you're talking to the right person. Here, have some fish.
Next one is on me.
He gave me some fish. Okay. So I got some fish. What do I do now? I got some golden carp. And what am I supposed to do with these fish? Peach pie. I just need Pandaran peaches for these peach pies. So basically just that's all I need. And basically the where have I gone? I'm lost. Half Hill Market's over here. Okay. All right, so she has the things for the cooking lessons. So I'm going to need some peaches. Let me get a few. Let me sell as well. I'll keep the rice for now. I guess I might need it. So I'll get some peaches. I'll get a couple. I don't know. How many do I need? I'll get a few. I'll get 5. How's that? Peach pie. I'm going to use all I need.
Hello.
All I need is to get 480, huh? So, see how I do here. I can make 2 peach pies, right? And I still get 5 for it, so I need to get to 480, but I need a few more then. I need 3 more. 3 more. Right, so 1... Okay, 6. I think that gets me.
Bring you joy.
That might get me there, right? We'll see. All right. And then what will you teach me
Tell
next?
me of your travels.
Pandaran cooking. I can learn tangy yogurt. Train. And so tangy yogurt, I need peach and yak milk.
Farewell. Welcome.
Oh wait, and I have to do, I have to get to 495.
Travel
So I
safe.
basically need, I need, let's see, does she have yak milk? She does. Okay, 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3, right, of each one.
I hope to see you again soon.
We'll see how that goes. All right. So training. That should get me to 495, technically. And now I can get pearl milk tea. Okay, pearl milk tea, just yak milk. And I need to get to 510, which is 3 more higher. So,
Travel safe.
we'll say supplies for cooking lessons. So I need yak milk. 6. Okay, I'll take it. So I can make 3 of those. That'll get me to the next thing. And
Greetings.
okay. Wildfowl ginseng. Can't I
hope to see you
can't
again
I-
soon.
can't I train
Tell me of your travels.
do I have to train all the
May
way to
your
the top
days
in order
bring
to
you
do
joy.
that?
Hello. There is no
Or can some of these guys do that?
welcome.
No, they only have recipes.
Jade Serpent.
So the only regular trainer is this one here.
Welcome.
Oh, ready for greatness.
I hope to see you
Bowls
again
of
soon.
rice pudding. Okay, rice pudding. Rice pudding is in here somewhere, right? I do I have this? Rice pudding. Rice pudding. I have to get that from her,
Greetings.
probably. Rice pudding. Oh, but I have to get to 520 before I can do that. So let's see. What can I cook
Travel
right now?
safe.
What can I cook right now is, whoa, ginseng soup. So I need to get to rice. So I need wildfowl breast and ginseng. Now,
Tell
can
me of
she
your travels.
actually supply all that stuff? Can she indeed? No, I'd have to get that, right?
May your
Didn't I-
days bring you joy.
Tell me of your
Didn't-
travels.
Didn't I find someone that had all that, had that stuff? No, these guys
Hello.
don't have.
May the mists protect you.
Who's a vendor?
Please browse my wares.
Combine 20 raw tiger steak into a bundle of groceries. Why do I do that exactly? That must be a rep thing too for something.
Next one is on me.
Master of the walk, master of the pot, master of the grill, master of the oven. Herbalism trainer for some reason, and just guide to the way, and stock master. Here we go. This is the one. Let's see what you got here. Let's see. Okay. So what? They might have the wildfowl. Here we go. I could get that, right? All right, now when I open this
May the
sack,
mists
what do I
protect
get? Okay, you received wildfowl breast 5, okay? I got 5 of them. And so then,
Oh, hello.
if I want to cook this wildflower ginseng, I need to get some ginseng. So supplies for cooking lessons, ginseng. See how that goes.
Farewell.
Okay, so let's see. 520. What can she cook? Or what can she teach me? Unlearned. Wait. Cooking lessons, right? Training. Rice pudding. Okay, I get that rice pudding. And I guess I might as well create the rest of those anyway. But okay, and then see the rice pudding, yak milk, and rice. So oh good, I can use the rice that I have.
I hope to see you again soon.
Yak milk. I need to make 5 of them at least, right? So yak milk, cooking supplies, yak milk, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's something, right?
Travel
And
safe.
we create all those rice puddings. Okay. I've got that.
Tell me of your travels.
And I could say ready for greatness. Okay. Now Zen Master Cook.
May your
Following will be
days
cast
bring
on you.
joy.
Okay, so now let's see. You do these other things. Way of the grill, way of the wok, way of the pot, way of the steamer. Okay. Well, that's enough for now. Maybe I'll take, let me see here.
Greetings.
I'll take one. I'll take one of these and see. Can you do them concurrently?
Travel safe.
All right. All right. Well, I could take them all, I guess.
Farewell.
Way of the pot.
May your days bring
Okay.
you joy.
Way of the steamer.
I hope to see you again soon.
Way of the oven.
Farewell.
Way of the brew.
May your days bring you joy.
Okay. So then I have to do these things here. So yeah. So right now though, now that I've got all this, I need to find out if there's actually something else for me to do, which I think I had like complete heroic scenario, speak to trial master, what's his name? I guess that was really about it. Now, how do you get the farm? That's what I want to know. Maybe I need to look that up. But in any case, I don't know. This is all very intriguing. This is probably part of what you do when you did Pandaria. So the way of the what am I supposed to do? So let's see. Mantis shrimp. I should look up these things. Way of the brew, ginseng. What am I supposed to do? Bring 1 ginseng to master of the brew. I can do that because she sells it right here. Okay, ginseng.
Oh, hello.
Cooking lessons, ginseng. Right, ginseng.
I hope to
Okay,
see you
master of
again
the brew.
soon.
Master of the brew. That's where we'll start. Okay, we bring that
Tell
to
me
him.
of your travels.
Okay. Like to learn the way of the brew.
Jade
Will be cast
Serpent
on you.
guide
Have a drink. Okay.
There is no hurry.
And way of the brew. I seek training in the way of the brew. I can get ginseng tea. Okay.
Next one is on me.
And that's one thing I can do. And then what's the other thing? So I can learn ginseng tea. I've done it. I should make some ginseng tea. But what do I need to do in order to do that? Ginseng tea, 1. That's all he wants is 1, right? Create. Oh, cooking fire. Okay. Create 1 ginseng tea. And, Ozzy, you don't get credit for rice pudding anymore or something. Okay. All right, brewmaster.
Welcome.
Have a drink.
May the mists protect you.
All right. And so I've learned this, and now what? Okay. Way of the oven. Wild fowl breast. And this guy sells wild fowl. You will also receive more wildfowl breast. Is that true? What? So I'm supposed to get...
Greetings.
What do I have in here? What all do I have? I've got rice. I've got emperor salmon, golden carp, crosserong paddlefish, and... I will need wild fowl. Wait, so I have to see. Wait, I have to see what I have to cook for this. So first, before I do that, I have to look at wild fowl breast. Bring 5 wild fowl breast to him.
Hello.
So I could get it from here. Wildfowl, I have these iron paw tokens. I can spend it.
Jade
So,
Serpent guide you.
I think that I will have that. Okay. I've got it. I got a tiny green carp. It's a companion. Oh, I guess I got that now, huh? Tiny green carp. All right. And let me see on this one.
Work complete.
Pets. Okay. Tiny green carp. Okay. See what we got. It's a carp. It follows you around in a bubble. Okay. Does it fly? Does not fly. Okay. All right. And I got the fowl, so I get this.
Hello.
Way of the oven. Okay. We can cook with these. We can work with these. Okay, so he's going to give me that.
Bring you joy.
Endurance.
I hope
Okay.
to see you again soon. Tell me.
And
of your travels.
training in the way of the oven, wild fowl breast. Okay. So is that what I
Travel
need to
safe.
make here for her? I do. Wild fowl roast. So she's going to give me way of the oven. And that means I can make these. Okay. Okay. So then
Welcome.
let's say endurance.
Farewell. Tell me.
And
of your travels. May your days
all right.
bring you joy.
Now, what's next? Master of the Grill.
Welcome.
So what's his story? Training in the way of the grill. All right.
There is no
So what I'm supposed to do? What am I supposed to do for him? Looking for meat? I got plenty right here. Way of the grill. What am I supposed to do? Raw tiger steak.
Next
All
one
right.
is on me.
Raw tiger steak. Now I got another iron paw token.
Greetings, wanderer.
So, raw tiger steak. Raw tiger steaks. Okay, there we go.
There is no hurry.
Okay, I got something there. Raw tiger
Hello.
steak. All right. All right, I brought him raw tiger steak,
May the mists protect
and now he wants me to make this.
you. Next
right.
one is on me. Hello.
And I think I have to train, right? Okay, tiger steak, train. I can train that puppy. I can do that and create all. This is a strange kind of thing here that I'm doing. So I'm going to do all that. Okay, I've done it. And now I can turn this in.
Jade Serpent, guide.
And strong as a tiger. Learn the recipe for me. Demonstrate what you've learned.
There is
Okay,
no
and you get another iron paw token. So, because of that, I can kind of keep going with this, right?
Welcome.
All right. All
May
right.
the mists
So,
protect you.
I've done it though, right? Have I done it? I did it, right? I don't have any of this anymore, so that's good. So what else do I need? What's next? Master of the Pot. Way of the Steamer. Way of the Steamer. Let's try it. Way of the Steamer. 5 Mantis Shrimp. Now, do I have... where's Way of the Pot? Where's Way of the Pot person here? Way of the Pot. Master of the Pot. All right.
Oh, hello.
Okay. Way of the
Travel
Pot.
safe.
And-
Welcome.
Way of the Pot. I need to bring what? Mantis Shrimp. Oh, it says Jade Lungfish. Jade Lungfish.
I hope to
Okay.
see you again soon.
Hello.
What do I need here for this one? A giant mantis shrimp.
Jade Serpent, guide.
And then for this one, I need
Greetings.
way of the... All right, so, oh my goodness, let's see. So, way of the walk, what does the walk need? Juicy crunch carrot. Now, is that a thing? Can I buy that? Oh, she's in love with
Welcome.
the Tiller's quartermaster. Night elf priest. Oh my gosh, yeah, this is all the stuff you have to get. How do you get the Tillers?
I hope to
How do
see
you get
again
the
soon.
Tillers? Tell me about the Tillers.
What is your hurry?
Okay,
Keep the peace.
that is a really cool looking mount. Slackers Incorporated.
Greetings.
Tillers quartermaster. Commendation unlockable thingy. Recipes. Jinyu Princess irrigation system. Oh, this is really cool. I want to learn about this. I want to learn about this. It sounds awesome. Okay, so anyway, so carrots. Who has the carrots?
Oh, hello.
Supplies for cooking lessons. Do I have the crunchy? She doesn't have the crunchy carrots here.
May your
So he
days
must have
bring
it.
you joy.
Greetings,
He
wanderer.
must have the Great Pandaran Banquet. He's got like, he doesn't have that many recipes here, but he does have some. Black pepper. Cooking school bell. Nami. You can summon Nami. Portable refrigerator. It's a cooking bag. Flippable table. And then here's your things you can get. Okay, so what I need is the crunchy, juicy crunch carrots. Right? That's what I need. Okay, I can bring them that.
Next one is on me.
Let's see. I got them. And then I can go turn that in. I got the carrots.
Tell me of your travels.
Okay. Way of the walk. Okay,
Travel
I've learned the
safe.
way of the walk. Agile as a tiger, I'll take
I
it.
hope to see you again soon.
I can learn the sautéed carrots
Farewell.
and the way of the walk. So let's see. Oh, I already had some carrots, evidently. What do these birds keep dying? Like, where do they fall from? Monstrous plain beak. Who's killing them? Where are they coming from? Why are they dying, like, falling down right here? They fly. Is someone shooting at them? What's going on with them? So, all right. Now, how many do I need? 5. All right. Doing the walk. Okay. So, I don't know where I got all the carrots, but I got them, so.
Greetings.
Nice work. I get
May
an
your
Iron Paw
days bring
token.
you joy.
10 cooking awards. I could make all these. Maybe I shouldn't, but I'm going to. I don't know. I'm not sure what I want to do or why I'm doing this, but there you go. All right, because I had some extra carrots, I guess. And
Oh, hello.
okay.
Travel safe.
So I've done that. Now, what do I need? I need Master of the Steamer. I'm going to need Giant Mantis Shrimp, and I don't have any.
Welcome.
Wait, Giant Mantis Shrimp. This is going to be from this
Tell me
guy.
of your travels.
Or don't... No, I thought I had them, but I don't. Emperor Salmon. I can get an apron. If I want, once I get all the things. A flippable table. What am I after again? I'm after Mantis Shrimp. Mantis Shrimp and Jade Lungfish. Okay, here's Jade Lungfish. And where's Mantis Shrimp? Here's the thing of Mantis Shrimp. I think I can get them
There is
both,
no
really, right now. There is no hurry. I can open these both. Here's one. Here's the other. All right. And we'll go with Master of the Pot.
Farewell. I hope to see you again soon.
Okay, Master of the Pot. I've got to learn the recipe, right? Okay. And here's the, whoops, where is it? Way of the Pot. It's the miso. It's swirling mist soup. I thought it said miso, but it's not. Okay, let's create those. Let's see how that goes. Okay. I've done it. I can turn this in. I can turn this in.
May your days bring you joy.
Okay. Okay. I get my reward.
Travel safe.
Okay. Way of the steamer. I give him this. The shrimp. Okay, I got it. Way of the steamer. Spirit of cooking.
Jade Serpent, guide you. Hello.
Oh, I kind of wish I had some shrimp now. So, let's see. Training in the way of the steamer. I got to train that puppy. And
next one is on me.
So now I have to cook.
May the mists protect you.
Is this the steamer? Cooking supplies. Look at this. What does this guy have? Already known. He's got the regular cooking stuff. Okay, way of the steamer. Where is the steamer? That's this thing, huh? I guess it is. So I gotta make this one. Use the steamer. Okay, I guess that's the steamer, huh? Pandaria and Gourmet. All right. And then I've now completed these. So at least now the cooking is somewhere.
There is no hurry.
All right. I should have done this when I first got here. Okay, Stockmaster was name. Preserving freshness. Cooking ingredients need to be stored properly. Fortunately, Merchant Cheng over there sells good containers. I hate to send you on such a menial errand, but would you go purchase an empty tiger meat basket for me?
Jade Serpent, guide you.
All right. How do I do that? Where do I go? Cooking. Is it fortunately Merchant Chang over there? Where's Merchant Chang? Why is it not pointing me? Okay, Merchant. Where's Merchant Chang? Is that him over there? Merchant Greenfield. Merchant Chang. He doesn't have, he's a seed vendor. But
Browse. Take your time. Enjoy.
all right. What am I looking for? An empty raw tiger steak container. Right here. This one. Okay, got it.
Next one is on me.
And what do I have to do? Merchant Chang. I brought him this.
Tell me of your travels.
Preserving freshness. Okay.
Jade Serpent, guide
And what does he want? Replenishing the pantry. Bundle of groceries.
May the mists protect you.
Okay. So this thing is bring him a bundle of groceries, and I don't know. So that's a thing, I guess. That's as good as I can do. Well, I expected complete a heroic, any scenario on heroic difficulty. Scenario. Alright, I don't even know what happens with that, but I don't know. I'm going to say I'll have to, I think I might have to study up a little and see. All right. Okay, Half-Hill Market, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, getting a farm might be a thing to do, huh? Where's our innkeeper anyway? Is that him? I should probably like okay. All right. Where's the innkeeper? Isn't there an innkeeper in here? Where in the world? She went up here, didn't she? I thought I saw her go up the stairs. Well, I don't know what I saw it in. This is an inn for sure. Z. Here we go, innkeeper. Yeah, she did go up the stairs. Okay. I'll say yes. That's fine. I'm in for a treat. Okay. All right, it's got a monkey in it. The bartender is a monkey. There's a book. All right, well, I don't know what, but there's all that stuff. This is like Half-Hill, the lazy turnip. So this is how you get the farm. I wonder how you get the farm. So I really don't know. But well, let's see what I got here. What critical strike 30. They're all the same, basically all the same, huh? And Harry, haste, carrots, agility. Oh, that's pretty good, huh? Agility. I want to keep that one. And pearl milk tea. All right, and critical strike. All right, maybe we should get rid of these now. Maybe it's time to get to do away with those. Cup of Kappa, I keep it. 30 mana. Do I have a plain food too? I don't have a plain food, but I don't really need that because this, like, I don't really need this because you got, like, these do health and mana both. And that's about it, really. Maybe I can get rid of this too because I got enough of these. I got too many. Yeah. Okay. See what I can do without here. I guess I'll keep my ingredients though because oh, that's soulbound. Alright, these soulbound items, I guess that means I can kind of sell some of this or something. Let me see what I got here. Sell this maybe? 12 gold, sure. Okay. I think I get this from herbing, so that's the thing. I don't need these. Herbing. And what's the other thing? I got this. Sauteed carrots, it's agility. Alright. So that's fine. Okay. I'm not going to bother doing any of this right now. Alright. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. Yeah, you know, I don't know. It's interesting. Somebody's asking me about math tonight. That was an interesting thing, you know, to talk about. Here's a book, Tiller and the Monk. Alright, well this is very nice anyway. Well, I sure do like these, So I don't know. There's not a whole lot to do in Pandaria except for just to do the rep things. Maybe I should do them though because I don't really have any more to do now. It's just one thing I think I will do though is I think I will go to. I'll go to the valley.
Oh, hello.
The Vale. Where is the Vale? Veiled Stair? No. Shrine of the Seven Stars. I can go there. I can go to the Shrine of the Seven Stars and I can at least discover the rest of Pandaria. Maybe that counts, right? Explore Pandaria. Oh, hey, you're back. What time is it here? Let's see. What time is it here? Is 4:24 a.m. 4 in the morning. I was. So what time is it over there? Yeah, I have a sleep disorder called delayed sleep phase, and it makes oh, it's not that we're not that far different. It's 11:25 a.m. Your day is just beginning, and okay. So yeah. So it's only, so I guess I don't think of England I think of England as being on the opposite side of the world. So I guess maybe I don't really, you know, I don't know, I don't internalize these things. So maybe I kind of thought it was probably like in the afternoon over there or something. But you did say breakfast, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. So yeah, that's why I can't keep to a stream schedule because of that. And so I tend to rerun my streams so that I just stream 24 hours a day, and I do, you know, usually three long streams in a day. And 2 to 3, depends. Like I've done like I don't remember how many I did today. Let me see. Because I usually do a couple hours, two hours plus, and then let me see. So what did I do today? What's the date? It's the 13th now, but so yeah, so basically I did one long stream, like a 3-hour stream, and now I'm doing another one. But I took a long break in there, a couple of long breaks. It seems like let's see, like 3 in the afternoon I concluded one. So it looks like no, that's just the duration. So yesterday I did one. It doesn't tell me. It didn't tell me when I did it, but just how long I did it. And oh, I see. So it shows me past premiere, past broadcast. Right, I see. Okay, let me see here. All right, I guess that's a thing. So have I been yeah, have children, and they're all grown though, so I've been gaming, I don't know, you know, probably this kind of gaming, like PC gaming. Probably World of Warcraft. I don't know. I used to play Doom back in the day. Played a lot of Doom. I didn't play constantly. I didn't game constantly. I never had any consoles. I played some arcade-style games on my PC in the kind of 90s, early 90s or whatever, and then I used to, I don't know, you know, but I mean, I'm old enough where I remember when like Pong was a game that you played. You went in a bar or a restaurant and there'd be an arcade game, and that was the only thing that there was at one time. There was Pong. I'm almost 60. So yeah, I guess that means I'm older than I look, but you know, I don't know. So I used to have dreadlocks too, and I cut them off some time ago, but I'm thinking of getting them back again. And then that makes me look like I'm my own grandson or my own grandpa or something, because people call me young man and stuff, like they don't realize. But, you know, I don't really know how that happened, but it's just, but I should start telling people I'm 70 though, or I'm gonna be 70. That's, I don't know. It's like if you know, like people lie about their age and they tell people they're younger than they are, but that really doesn't really impress anything. Because if you that's not going to make an impression. Because if you're 55 but you look 40, if you tell people you're 40, that's not going to make, you know, they're going to say, oh, okay, well, yeah, you look about 40. You say you're 40, that's convincing. But if you look like you're 40 and you tell people you're 60, they're like, wow, you look great. You know, they're going to say. So, I don't know. But in any case, I'm not lying about that, though. I'm telling you I'm nearly 60. So, my dad always looked young for his age, too, but you know, so, yeah, I've probably been gaming, you know, I mean, off and on, I gamed in the 80s, probably just played Doom back, you know, I had a 486, like your dad is 63, so that makes you probably pretty young. I mean, if you have a young child, then, you know, I don't know. So, yeah, I know people can't believe it. I learned, I was like a very early adopter of a lot of things. Like, so, like people my age, like nerds my age, they did like, oh, you're 22. Okay. So, yeah, like nerds my age, they often were like in the AV group, like club or whatever, or they did AV stuff in school, audio visual. And I was totally uninterested in that. And in my freshman year of high school, I was into the computer. And back then there were I think we had a big HP, I can't remember what it was called. It was a giant computer which was served the entire school, and we had teletype machines, and all your programming was done over the teletype. You know, if you see an old movie, you'll see those. You know, it's hard to explain what they are, but it's like a little typewriter. It's a big, heavy typewriter thing with a keyboard, and yeah, that'd be about right. So, yeah. So, you know, so I skipped the whole AV thing and became a computer guy, like, pretty early on. So, I was writing programs and doing stuff, and then I did a lot of computer science stuff in college. And round about the same time, I think I had my first computer. I wanted to build an IMSI 8080, which was a kit computer back then. But that never came to fruition. And like the first computer I had was an Apple II. It had a 68,000 chip, which they still make, you know, a variety of them. And then after that, I generally had DOS machines that are, you know, PC-based machines, basically. And the first computer that I had that had Windows on it was like in the early 90s, and it had Windows 3.1. It was a horrible mess, but because Apple had kind of been doing that kind of thing for a while, although they both kind of stole their ideas from Xerox. So, but in any case, So I've had a computer pretty much like all that time, from the late 70s or very early, I guess the late 70s on. And prior to that, I did my programming on using teletype machines, which were this antiquated thing, which really is from like an earlier age, but it's what my school had. So, oh no, Pascal actually wasn't around then. Pascal wasn't invented or readily available until maybe a year after I got out of high school, because I know my friends were doing it. And Pascal's an elegant computer language that I enjoyed, though. But the first language you could do was Fortran, and our school computer also had a BASIC interpreter, so we used to write in BASIC. That was the easiest. But in our Fortran, we had to use we had to write our Fortran programs on punch cards and then have them sent into the central part of the school to have them be run. So it wasn't a very useful language to learn at that point for us anyway in our school. And when I went to college, you know, they had CRT terminals by then. So yeah, I mean, there's assembly language. We didn't have access to assembly language in our school computer, but because it was a central computer, you know, with a bunch of terminals that were horribly slow, and they typed 60 characters per minute, and it was just all text-based. You know, we didn't even have, until I got to college, they had CRT monitors and they had CRT terminals in college. And they were really slow too. They were like 300 baud rate, and you were lucky if you got the good one that had 1200 baud. So, but yeah, assembly language. Yeah. I wrote a lot of assembly language programs. In fact, I never stopped using it. I often put inline assembly in my programs to do low-level things, and you know, so yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. There's a lot of scripting languages and those kind of like interpreter languages, and one I really like is Lua. It's made to be embedded in programs. It's the language that WoW uses for its interface. So I wrote a couple of expansions for WoW. I mean, not expansions, but you know, I wrote a couple of add-ons for WoW, but I never put them on Curse or offered them up. But I used them. I made them for my own use. Ruby is another good one, and of course, C programming is a thing unto itself, and I got really good at that. So, you know, it's a different paradigm if you grew up like with Fortran. It kind of gives you a little bit of a familiarity with that type of language, but C is a very low-level language for a high-level language. So and most of the projects I did were in straight C, but usually using a C++ compiler or a C# compiler, depending, you know. So, but like the HTML stuff, I don't get so much into that, although I can do it. I know, you know, in all the scripting languages that you can learn, they're kind of, they have similarities and dissimilarities, and it's just sort of, after a while, it just becomes just kind of boning up on the differences and kind of getting the philosophy of the language down, and everything else you can look up. But once you kind of understand what kind of language it is, it's pretty easy to take your existing programming skill and translate it into whatever language. For a scripting language, I think Lua was remarkable. It's great because I've actually incorporated it into other programs, and it's interesting to do. Like, it's great for writing filters and plugins and stuff for existing programs, so that people can. Well, it's like the way WoW does it. WoW is WoW has a Lua interface, and you know, you can write all of your add-ons that they allow, whatever they allow. They keep restricting what you can do. You used to be able to put stuff into the 3D world in WoW, but they don't allow that anymore. They used to let you put markers and stuff actually into the world, but now they've disallowed that for the most part, I think. I mean, it's been a while since I've written an add-on, so I don't know actually for sure what they allow now, because I have not opened a console or done anything in WoW like that. I've been kind of playing around with Skyrim add-ons, though, so I'm kind of curious to do that. They have a really unruly set of scripting languages that, you know, it's yeah. Right, yeah, that's, there's more of those now. I mean, there's more things like IDEs with, you can almost point and click your programs. You still have to know programming to understand what you're doing, but you can rapidly develop software using these. So yeah, it's been like in Skyrim programming, they have Bethesda has their own language called oh, now it escapes me. I was just working and reading about it and studying some stuff, but it is called oh, for goodness sake. Anyway, that's what I mean when I talk about relying on my memory. So someone said Python to me earlier, and now I got Python on the brain, talking about scripting languages. And it's like a word like that. It is called, now it's going to kill me if I don't look it up. I gotta see what it's called. Help me out here, gang. Let's see. It is called something with a P, though, actually, and it just totally escapes me now. All right, well, I'm going to say I can just do that. Papyrus. Papyrus, that's what it's called. It's called papyrus. And it's not a very good scripting language, too. It's one they created themselves, kind of does the bare minimum that they needed to do. And so modders have come in and written papyrus expanders or, you know, extensions. And there's papyrus extensions. There's something called Skyrim Script Extender that gives the interface a more robust API, so that, you know, your scripts can make certain queries that aren't normally possible. So it's pretty neat, really. I think Bethesda is brilliant in the way they are able to utilize their fan base to make their games like as complete as you want, and without running out of time and money. Because what happens is, you know, a real company has to decide where to put their effort and their time, and Bethesda just creates a framework where they make a pretty decent game, but then, you know, there can be a lot of things that need to be improved upon, and the fans will just do that out of just pure love of the game. So, you know, I'm impressed by how that works. I think Blizzard could probably make better use of their fan base by, you know, like having their bugs, fixing some of their bugs, their low priority bugs. So many people would work on those things for free. It's just such a resource that, you know, there's so much you can get. There's so much people are willing to just do because they love your game, or they love, you know, they just enjoy it so much. So anyway, so I got caught up in this cooking thing, and I still don't know how to do the farm in Pandaria. I'm not sure where to go. I'm not sure where that goes next, you know. But isn't this amazing how you can do this? You can just chat, and I can talk back to you, and you can hear me and see me, I guess. Isn't that something? Anyone can be on TV now. They might not have very many viewers, but puts everyone on TV if you want. It's pretty neat. It's live. It's amazing, really. I'm amazed by this. So, but in any case, I think maybe, I don't know why, I can't remember why I came here now. I just don't know. Yeah, I'm not very good with, I mean, HTML is very simple, but I spent some time learning CSS because I worked for, I had a contract that a guy that hired me specifically to do like database-driven website maintenance, and it was kind of a scut job, but you know, something I didn't have to go out, leave my house to do. So and so, you know, you learn that stuff because that's the way you make a database-driven website, you know, have a look and feel. It was I wouldn't call myself an expert, but you can definitely, you know, I know how to look things up and how to make them work, and so I don't know. I'm thinking maybe I think maybe I'm gonna call it a day. I'm gonna probably I've gone way over 2 hours for sure here, so oh, and then the song plays, and I can travel really fast. It's pretty neat. So Well, it was nice chatting with you and a couple of other people that came on tonight or during the day today, and we'll see how it goes tomorrow. I think I might be done for the day. I'm not sure, but I think maybe so. It's feeling like maybe I should have a little bite to eat, and then maybe I should get some sleep. I don't know. It's hard to say. Sometimes I feel really sleepy, and then I feel fine after that, and I just never know. So, but I kind of now want to grind the farm and some of the other stuff, and in Pandaria, looks like they're going to be a server shut down anyway, so I might as well just say I got enough time to hearth, so I'll do that. Server shut down in 8 minutes. So, you know, this is it. I think for now, I'm going to say goodbye. Oh, look at that. The delay is very tantalizing. I can do the panda dance or something here, like, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing now at this point. But in any case, bye-bye.